So you have 19 bins here. You can't make out the last one, but there are 19 bins here holding 20 tons of Pinot Noir grapes from Chris Verrill's vineyard that came in about 2 weeks early this year, but the ripest Pinot Noir I have yet to see in the Finger Lakes.
How often do you have to punch them down, Morten?
3 times a day. You can see that's kind of a cap that forms on top. Basically the carbon dioxide pushes the grape skins to the top above the liquid. So what we do is we punch down this cap and then the liquid sits at the bottom. So we have to bring the two back in contact, because only then do you extract tolerant aromatics and tannins from the grape skins. So there are 2 ways to bring them back in contact. You can either punch them down like this,
Yeah.
or you can pump over, do what's called a pump over, where you pump over the fermenting juice on top of the skins. I'll show you our little gadget. This actually is something I brought over from France, from a town right next to my winemaking store. You just push this in, and it displaces the grape skins, and you get the fermenting grape juice inside. And then we just pump from here through the hoses and the pump and back on top. What we do now is we punch them down first thing in the morning, and then in the middle of the day they're more likely to get a pump over, and then in the evening I come back up here and do another round of punch downs.
You have a lot of confidence in the future of Pinot Noir for this area.
I'm probably one of the few people who do. I mean, it's the original red variety in the Finger Lakes. That's where it all began. But many wineries have kind of shifted away from Pinot Noir to a Cabernet Franc. I still think that Pinot Noir can be a great variety, but it doesn't allow for any compromises. It requires an all-out effort. I do think that regardless of what I do, the Pinot Noir from here is gonna resemble other cool climate regions such as Burgundy or the Greater Burgundy or Germany area more. It has almost nothing in common with West Coast Pinot Noir, which is a bigger, more tannic, higher alcohol wine. I just try to make it reflect its vineyard origins. That's what I learned in winemaking school, to make the winemaking as transparent as possible. That's sort of the missing piece in the American winemaking and viticulture, and that is a premium, cool climate region producing or making wines, not necessarily imitating the classic European regions, but making wine of a balance that resembles it. And by that I mean wines with moderate alcohol levels, nice refreshing acidity, more on the fresh fruit side of things, especially for red wine, not so much cooked jammy fruit, and where you get some of these characteristics that people cherish from the cool climate regions, minerality in the white wines, elegance, balance in the red wines. We don't have enough wine regions in the United States that offer this. That's the challenge and the opportunity of the Finger Lakes. Even though we work with Pinot Noir, we work quite intensely because it ferments fairly quickly, and that's the time I have to do my extraction.